has been entertaining audiences for more than 4 decades.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm.
We first met John Schneider back in 1979 as Bo Duke on the hit TV series Dukes of Hazzard.
Well, I guess we only got one choice.
Go for it.
Before he embarked on a successful singing career.
You don't need to say you love me, 'cause I've been around enough to know.
And appeared in shows like Smallville.
Look, Clark, I'm your father. I'm supposed to have all the answers. I don't, but you gotta have faith.
And the haves and have-nots.
We need to call the authorities.
I am the damn authorities, Catherine.
God damn it, Catherine, listen to him. And John joins us now from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. John, great to have you on the show this morning.
Hey, wonderful to be here. Wonderful to be here. What a great introduction.
Oh, you have a great
it seems
career.
like Dukes of Hazzard was almost just only yesterday. Well, I feel in many regards like I've just gotten started. So there's a lot more coming, a lot more stuff coming. So look out.
There's a lot.
And hopefully I'm going to come down your way soon.
Well,
I'd
that'd
love
be
to.
great, because there is a lot of affection for the Dukes of Hazzard and for yourself. The show is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year, but you were still a teenager when you landed the role of Bo Duke. We hear there's quite a story behind your audition.
Well, yes, I'm from New York. I'm not a Southerner. I'm from New York. And I was 18 at the time, and I'd heard that they were looking for people from rural Georgia who were 24 to 30 years old who had no acting experience. Well, I'd been in theater already at 18. I'd been in theater for 10 years and came in, and I told them I was 24 from Snailville, Georgia, and I'd lived on a farm my whole life, which was all just not true. None of it was true. I'm from Westchester County, New York, and I'd been doing theater for 10 years. So it was great. I convinced one of them that I was the person to get the role, but I learned much later that there were 2 executive producers. One of them said, "That's the guy," and the other one said, "Over my dead body." And thankfully he passed away. No, he did not pass away. Thankfully, the one who wanted me to be Bo, the one who wanted me actually won the argument, and here we are 40 years later, and I'm still singing "Just a Good Old Boy." So it's been quite a remarkable time for me.
That's so good.
That is so amazing. I mean,
I've been to Adelaide, I've been to Silverton, I've been to Broken Hill, I've been to Surfers Paradise. I love, love, love your country.
Well, we love you. I mean, because I'm from Adelaide, and I remember growing up watching that show. I mean, did you think at the time that you were filming it that it would be so loved by audiences around the world?
Well, at the time, Burt Reynolds had just made Smokey and the Bandit, which had done a tremendous amount of business worldwide. I was 18. I've always been a car enthusiast. So I thought it was going to be popular. If you'd have asked me or told me that I'd be talking about Dukes of Hazzard 40 years later, if you'd have told me I was going to be alive 40 years later, I would have thought you were crazy. So it's really quite remarkable that the show has withstood the test of time. Alicia, my wife, and I just made a movie called Christmas Cars that is about the General Lee and about the success of not only just the General Lee, but of the popularity of family television. So Christmas Cars, like cars, driving cars.
Yeah.
So watch for that on JohnSchneiderStudios.com.
Oh, wow.
Will do.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned your music.
I wish I could see what you're watching.
We're watching you.
Yeah, right
with the
now.
guitar. I mean, yeah.
Looking at you and
I know. It sounds like me at 18.
You did mention your music. You recorded a whopping 72 songs in 2018, and you've got another album coming out later this year. So tell us about that, John.
Well, I was in the music industry back at the end of Dukes and did quite well at it here, and took a break from it for about 30 years. Just got back into it with a 5-CD album set called The Odyssey, and now we've just done one called The Redneck Rebel, which we're touring with right now. So it's been pretty great. That's the one I want to bring down there. I want to bring The Redneck Rebel down and play it at a bar in Broken Hill.
Yeah, for sure.
Take my
we love
chances
that.
at a bar in Broken Hill.
You know, speaking of music, you posted a photo onto Instagram recently. This is of yourself. I think we've got it here. This is with Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, Waylon Jennings, the Highwaymen, really. What's the story behind this photo?
Yeah.
Hang on, have we... There he is.
And that's actually where I
Oh, I think we
no,
are losing
we're
our
having
link.
trouble.
we did a movie called Stay.
We do appear to be having some technical issues. Oh, no,
Johnny,
we have
we
you back,
got you?
John.
Uh-oh, technical issues.
No,
Can you hear me?
No,
have
we got
back.
you. We got you. Tell us about that photo.
Hey, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I did a movie called Stagecoach with Johnny and Waylon and Willie and Chris. And that's where Johnny Cash and I first met. And I was touring with music at the time. So John asked if I was going to be living in Nashville during my tour, and I said yes. He said, where? And I said I would just rent a place. And he said, don't be silly. Our house is big. We have plenty of room. Come live with us. So I lived with Johnny and June for about 1.5 years while I was doing the last album I did for MCA.
Wow.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
What a delightful human being Johnny Cash was.
Amazing. And what
Can't
an
wait.
experience for you, John.
Oh, it was fantastic. And what was so great to find out from Johnny Cash was that he and his family never, ever, ever missed an episode of Dukes of Hazzard.
There you go. That's incredible.
It was delightful. Yeah. Yep. And John actually recorded a song on the Dukes of Hazzard album called The General Lee. So if any folks out there have that old relic, they can listen to The General Lee. Or, of course, I'm sure it's on Spotify. You can listen to that. Johnny Cash singing about the General Lee from the Cars' perspective. It's wonderful.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, we're going to just give you a quick plug here. You need to come down under, go to John Schneider.
Yes.
Is it TV? Is that right?
Yeah, just JohnSchneiderStudios.com.
All right, play
That's
us
all you
out,
have
John.
to do, JohnSchneiderStudios.com. I would love to bring the band down.
Play us a song before you go, just real quick.
Oh, my gosh. Well, let's do. He was burning tires by the light of the moon on a Georgia country road. He was hauling moonshine in the trunk of his car, laying on the Dixie horn. He was trying his best not to get caught by the sheriff and his gang. Radar on the dash and a dog named Flash. It was Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Woo!
Anyway, there's more.
John
There's more.
Schneider,
There's more. I would
everyone.
love to come down to your beautiful. Thank you, folks.
Wow.
You take care. I will see you in the land down under, hopefully very soon.
That would be
Absolutely, my
awesome.
friend. Good to see you.
Thank you so much, John. Coming up on Today Extra,